This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country. Anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. Goldbelly ships Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garden's famous cakes. So, if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's goldbelly.com, promo code GIFT.
Hello, my name's David Seaman, and this is the Three Lions Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Three Lions Podcast. My name is Russell Osborne. This is your Independent England Football Supporters Podcast. I hope you're keeping well. It is this time of year. There seems to be plenty going on away from the football, be it Halloween, Bonfire Night, of course Remembrance Sunday, Armistice Day. However you celebrate or remember, I trust you're doing it well, doing it justice. I hope you enjoyed the recent episode. I spoke with Joey D'Urso about his book, More Than a Shirt. It is still available at your podcast provider of choice or threelionspodcast.com. If you're heading to either Wembley or Tirana, it's an ideal travel companion, even if I do say so myself. On to this episode. We are back once again, this time ahead of the final qualifying group games for the 2026 World Cup. A tournament that we've already qualified for, but the requirement is to finish the group. The two final games are Serbia at home at Wembley, Thursday the 13th. Turn your phone off, Russell. Thursday the 13th, followed by Albania away in Tirana on Sunday the 16th. Coming up, as always, on the preview episode, I'll take a look at Thomas Tuchel's squad and speak with some friends. We've got Filip from Serbia and Alden from Albania. Now, I know relations between those two nations are stretched, to put it politely, and the header picture for this episode with the two flags side by side is perhaps not you would usually see, but I'm hoping we can get through this episode in a tidy manner. I'm sure we will. Before I do that, don't forget you can follow the show on all the usual social media channels. Just search Three Lions Podcast, give it a follow, a like or a subscribe. Also, however you're listening, would be great if you could give the show a rating. It all helps with the algorithm. God, I hate that word. But you know where I'm coming from. You get me. Let's take a quick look at how that Group K table currently looks. We are top. 6 wins out of 6, 18 goals scored, none conceded. Would be great to keep that intact over these next 2 games. Now, currently, Albania are second with 11 points, Serbia third with 10, then Latvia on 5 and Andorra with 1 point after their draw with Latvia last month. Now, on the evening that we face Serbia, Andorra host Albania. A win for them would see them guaranteed second place and advance to the playoffs. But a draw or a defeat would mean they need a result against us in their last game. And that's on a night where Serbia host Latvia, and they could steal second place. If it comes down to it, Albania's 1-0 away win over Serbia last month may come into the equation. So Serbia, this will be our third meeting against them. The first was only last year when we met in our opening game of Euro 2024, a match that was separated by Jude Bellingham's 13th minute goal, and set us on our way to making the final last year. And then we were drawn against them in this World Cup qualifying group. Many of you will have travelled to Belgrade in September to see us demolish them 5-0. With goals spread across the side, one each for Harry Kane, Noni Madueke, Ezri Konsa, Mark Guehi, and a last-minute penalty for Marcus Rashford. And I said at the time the draw was made, I thought Serbia would be our toughest opponent. But ultimately, I don't think they showed up that night, and we took them apart. And Albania, we met them back in March. That was shortly after playing Latvia. We won 2-0 thanks to goals from Miles Lewis-Skelly and Harry Kane at Wembley. That was the 7th meeting between the two sides and the 7th England win. Hopefully, we can make it 8 out of 8 when we face each other in Tirana. So, on to the squad that Thomas Tuchel announced on Friday the 7th of November. You may remember for the previous squad for October against Wales and Latvia, he stuck with many faces from the September squad that he felt had served him so well. Now, he does like an early morning announcement, does Tuchel. Back in Gareth's day, it'd usually be a Thursday midday press conference. These days, Thomas Tuchel likes a 9am, 10am Friday release, as was the case on the 7th. So it is a 25-man squad to face Serbia and Albania. I have it here. 3 goalkeepers, Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford and Nick Pope. 8 defenders, Dan Burn, Mark Gay, Rhys James, Ezri Konsa, Nico O'Reilly, Jarell Quansah, Jed Spence and John Stones. Midfield, Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, Declan Rice, Morgan Rogers, Alex Scott and Adam Wharton. And then up front we've got 7 forwards, Jared Bowen, Eberici Eze, Phil Foden, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford and Bukayo Saka. It is a squad with 3 players from Crystal Palace, Newcastle United, Manchester City and Arsenal, 2 from Aston Villa, 1 each from Everton, Chelsea, Bayer Leverkusen, Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, Real Madrid, Brentford, Bournemouth, West Ham, Bayern Munich and Barcelona. On the whole, I think it's a decent squad, and I am recording this on the day the squad was announced. Now, whether we will see some withdrawals remains to be seen, but as we've already qualified, I'm wondering how club managers will view it. Perhaps if they have players with the odd niggle, they may be persuaded to, air quote fingers, take a rest, if you get my drift. But I still think we're missing at the back compared to the previous strength we've had before. And with the World Cup on the horizon, you'd think that Thomas Tuchel will be considering the bulk of his squad for it. And you have to ask, is Dan Burn World Cup potential? John Stones is 31. He'll be 32 next May, come World Cup. He's had his injuries. He's openly said he's considered retirement. I think he's a great player. He's been great for England in the past. But I do wonder where he is in his mind. But it is a squad with an average age of 26.4. It's got 780 caps across it. It's got 138 goals. Now, the youngest player is Manchester City's Nico O'Reilly, who can slot in at left back if need be. The oldest player, Jordan Henderson, aged 35, of course, currently at Brentford, and to his credit, is doing quite well. Harry Kane, England's top goal scorer with 76 goals. Will he add to that tally over the next 2 games? Highly likely. Kane has got 110 caps to his name. He's catching up the likes of David Beckham with 115, isn't he? And there are 3 uncapped players. I mentioned Nico O'Reilly. Jarell Quansah hasn't been capped yet. And Alex Scott of Bournemouth. And I'll come to him in a moment, but he is uncapped. And there's been a lot of talk of late about Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton. His only cap came against Bosnia and Herzegovina back in June of last year. That was the game up at Newcastle. He was selected for the September squad, but he withdrew through injury. And there was, of course, talk about Jude returning. And this was the case, having not been selected for the last 2 squads. People were talking about a rift between the two, between Tuchel and Bellingham. He said last month he lacked the rhythm for international football. Whether there was a rift or not, perhaps we'll never know. Tuchel, when asked, denied it, as you'd expect him to. What he did say, though, that he returns as a number 10. Phil Foden returns for the first time since March. Foden's got 45 caps to his name. I was listening to a recent episode of the Gate 102 podcast with Charlie Tidswell. He was remembering our game against Iceland in 2020 when Foden scored 2 on his 3rd appearance. I think it's fair to say he's been a frustrating figure in an England shirt since. Although it would be fair and in his defence to say he's had a few struggles in his personal life, which as football fans perhaps we tend to look past unfairly, I think. We're all human. But he did have a great night recently against Dortmund in the Champions League, scoring twice. So, yeah, hopefully we can see Phil Foden on fire in the next 2 games. Interestingly, Thomas Tuchel said of Harry Kane that he doesn't need a break, as he'll have one when the Bundesliga adjourns for its winter break. Kane is someone who England fans are now becoming slightly concerned about. Or is it just me? Not right now, but it's more in the very close future. And it's a conversation perhaps for another time, but he's 32, clearly in the form of his life, looking after himself, scoring goals, breaking records, but he's not going to go on forever. And it's fair to say he's had his injury problems in the past, but I don't see a natural replacement for him at the moment, or indeed in this squad. Which is why there was talk and a call for Danny Welbeck, who, for some, think that he could come in and do a job. People have also said about Liam Delap, but perhaps we've seen another side of him of late with regards to his maturity and whether he's ready-made replacement for Kane. But maybe that's, as I said, a topic for another time. And I mentioned Danny Welbeck. He was being mentioned, and I think he had a case. I doubt he'd have been a starter, but he could have been a backup as part of the squad. 6 Premier League goals this season for Brighton before the weekend. The highest Englishman so far this season in the goal-scoring charts in the Premier League. Last played for England back in 2018 against Switzerland in a friendly at Leicester. 42 caps, 16 goals since he made his debut back in 2011. He is 34, turning 35 towards the end of the month, and I guess that maybe that went against him, although Thomas Tuchel does like experience, and when you take into account Jordan Henderson, as I say, he is currently 35. I didn't actually see the press conference, but it appears that no one actually asked Tuchel about Welbeck. So all the talk about him, and no one put it to him. As I say, there are 3 uncapped players in the squad. O'Reilly, who was promoted to the squad last time around following the withdrawal of Reece James. There's Jarell Quansah of Bayer Leverkusen, formerly of Liverpool. He's been selected before. In fact, both by Thomas Tuchel and Gareth Southgate. But he's yet to make the pitch. That must be really frustrating, being called up and just not being able to make your debut. And then we have Alex Scott of Bournemouth. He was part of the summer's under-21 winning squad in Slovakia. He's been rewarded for the great start he's had at Bournemouth. Born in Guernsey, as was Matt Le Tissier. With that surname, of course, there is Maya Le Tissier from the Lionesses. And would you believe it? They are step-siblings. Alex Scott and Maya Le Tissier, that is. Not Matt Le Tissier. Alex Scott follows Callum Wilson and Lewis Cook, the only two previous cherries to represent England. And on a similar theme, if Bellingham and Rashford both play together, it'll be the first time players from Barcelona and Real Madrid have represented England. And yes, I know technically Rashford is on loan from Man United, but you get where I'm coming from there, don't you? And Reece James returns after missing the October games. Hopefully he is back to full fitness and his injury worries are behind him. I think it was Joe Cole recently said of him that something along the lines of a fully fit Reece James is the best right back in the world. So I mentioned Danny Welbeck not being part of the squad. Who else missed out? Well, Arsenal's Miles Lewis-Skelly. Now, this wasn't a massive surprise, as Tuchel recently said he needs to be playing more games. He needs to get more minutes. But after being selected in all of his previous squads and appearing against Wales and Latvia, and when we don't have an abundance of left-backs, I'm a little baffled by it. And that said, I have been impressed with Jed Spence in the 3 caps he's won, but it just seems he's discarded Lewis-Skelly a little bit too easily. I'm sure he'll be back in a future England squad. There's no Trent Alexander-Arnold. He came on as a substitute in Madrid's Champions League game away to Liverpool, but his only appearance under Tuchel was the defeat against Senegal. I don't know if he's still suffering from the effects of the hamstring injury he had at the start of his Real Madrid season, or if Tuchel doesn't see him as part of his squad. I don't know. Now, there is still no Noni Madueke, who is recovering from an injury at Arsenal. By all accounts, he's going to be back after this international break. Likewise, Tino Livramento at Newcastle. Cole Palmer, too, of Chelsea. He's suffering from a groin injury or recovering from a groin injury. And there is still no place for Jack Grealish either. Also missing from the last squad, James Trafford, Morgan Gibbs-White, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Ollie Watkins. Of course, Thomas Tuchel, when quizzed on them, he said the door is always open to them. Right, so let me just edit this bit in. Following Sunday's Premier League matches, we had 3 withdrawals. Mark Gay from Crystal Palace and the Newcastle pair, Nick Pope and Anthony Gordon. It would appear that Gay picked up a foot injury in Palace's European victory over AZ Alkmaar. He didn't play in their game against Brighton. And Newcastle, they slipped to a 3-1 defeat away to Brentford, a game in which Nick Pope suffered concussion. And of course, protocol means he's going to be out for a little while. Just unfortunately falls with the international break. Anthony Gordon, he didn't feature in that game because of a hip injury. And incidentally, in that game, Newcastle's Dan Burn received a red card. But at the time of recording, Tuchel hasn't announced who or if he is drafting anyone else into the squad. But that just leaves us with Nick Pope withdrawing, leaves us with 2 goalkeepers. So you'd expect that there will be someone to step up and take that place. Perhaps it will be James Trafford. That door, as Tuchel said, is always open. So with Serbia up first on Thursday the 13th, let's get the lowdown on their team.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Now, delighted to welcome Filip from Serbia, currently in Belgrade, to the podcast. Filip, hello there.
Hello, Russell. Thank you very much for having me, and it's really a pleasure to be here.
Oh, you're more than welcome to come along. It's always good to speak with fellow fans and fans of opposing teams.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing that you did, so I'm really happy to be here.
Cool. Well, you're in Belgrade. I'd be honest, I didn't manage to get to the game last month. Were the England fans treated quite well? Did you go to the game?
No, I didn't go to that game, but from what I saw on TV and when talking to people, the fans were treated pretty nice. I mean, Belgrade is really a heartwarming, welcoming city. Everyone is treated well here, especially tourists and let's say fans. So I do believe that they had a really good time. And obviously, since England did win 5-0, it was even more fun for them.
Yeah, so it's a city I'd like to come and visit one day. I'll have to wait a little while longer. But yeah, the 5-0 England thrashing. I said after the game, I said at the beginning of the qualifying campaign that I thought Serbia would be England's biggest threat. And I watched the game, and obviously England were very good. I didn't feel that Serbia were as good as they really can be. What was your take on the game?
That's actually quite correct. We have been struggling for quite some time. I think it started around the Euros. As a fun fact, I did actually go to Germany and watch the England-Serbia game on Euro 2024 live, so that was nice. But I do believe that we have been struggling ever since to find the correct form, the correct lineup, and everything. The team manager has been trying sort of to mix the cards and try with different players, different formations. So obviously did not go well, and it was actually visible in that game because obviously England was really a dominant team. 5-0 is actually the easiest one we got away with. I think it could have easily been 8 or 9-0. So I don't know actually what to say. We definitely have not been playing our best. We definitely even do not have our best, let's say, football players in that team. It's obviously has to do with the team manager and stuff like that. But I mean, obviously, Serbia has been struggling quite a lot because based on the other games in those qualifiers with Albania in Leskovac and also with Latvia in their home, it is visible that the Serbian team isn't really playing that good. I mean, obviously, Mitrovic and Vlahovic can't really play that well together because they're both CFs, and you can't really play with CFs. We are quite missing the central midfielders, and that's probably the biggest problem that Serbia has. No central midfielder that would connect defense with the offense. Previously it was with the departure of Tadic and Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. We have been quite bad and in quite a terrible shape.
So you say if you're missing a midfielder of stature to, as you say, connect the defence to the forward line, is that down to there's no one really of quality in Serbia, or is the manager not selecting who the fans would like or think could connect that defence to the forward line?
There are a few players that actually are of quality, and some of them play in the Serbian league, some of them play abroad, and I think they would be good fits. But it all comes down to who's building the team, if the team manager is the one actually building the entire team, or is it, for example, other managers and things like that, because this definitely is not our best starting 11 that we have, or even the best bench that we can muster up. So,
and it's Dragan Stojkovic is manager, isn't he?
No, actually, he has been replaced after the game with Albania, and now the new team manager is Veljko Paunovic. And obviously, some changes already are visible and on the horizon, because some of the players have been reinvited in the team. For example, Nemanja Radonjic, who plays for Red Star, he's really a fleet-footed forward, and obviously some changes are coming. So Veljko has been working in Spain for quite some time. He even saved his current team from falling in the third division, and he also won the U20 World Cup with the Serbian team 10 years ago in 2015 in Brazil. Actually, we beat Brazil there.
So will how do you pronounce his name? Is it Paunovic?
Correct.
Will the England game be his first game then?
I do not think he will take that he will actually take the team so early, but I think probably after the England game, or if they act fast, maybe he will even be the manager for the England game. It's still not known.
I see. So it's a little transitional period at the moment.
Yes, correct. Dragan Stojkovic has been coaching us for quite some time. He did manage to get us to the last World Cup, to the last Euro, actually 20 years later, because the last Euro that we played was in 2002. But now, since obviously the results aren't that good, he has been replaced with Veljko.
I see. So are the fans more? I mean, clearly a defeat to Albania wouldn't have gone down well with Serbian fans, with yourself. So are now fans more positive with the change?
Yes, they really do like Veljko, because it's mostly because of the fact that he won the World Cup with the U20. The U20 team. So, and to be quite honest, all around, he's really a good guy. So I think that, I can say in my name that I'm quite pleased with that new pick.
Okay. I mean, coming down to it's the last two games in this group. Obviously, England have already qualified for next year's World Cup. Second place is still up for grabs, and it is basically between yourselves and Albania. Do you think, with England having to go to Albania after the Serbia game, I mean, really, Serbia need a result against England, don't they, to really hope that you can secure a place next year?
Yes, that's actually correct, because until as you said, there are two more games remaining, and basically it all comes down to the game Andorra versus Albania. Because if Andorra can win, obviously Albania is also playing England in Albania, and Serbia is playing England in the next game. But I mean, chances in those two teams getting even a draw against England are really theoretical and down to optimism and theory. So in reality, mostly it will come down to the game of Andorra versus Albania, but that's also a quite difficult one for Albania to lose. So
yeah, I can sense which way it's going to go. But yeah, we all know that in football anything can happen.
Yes, that's completely true. I agree. That definitely can happen. But the Albanian team has been playing in quite a good form. So it would be really a surprise if they lose. I mean, the least that they can do is a draw, I guess. But I mean, as you said, the ball is around. Everyone is playing, and basically, when you come down to a pitch against anyone, you can win, obviously. So Everything is still on the table.
Yeah, I love that. The ball is round. It's such a basic game. I love it. Let's talk a little bit of domestic football, Serbian football. You're a Red Star fan. Now, I think you can help me and possibly a lot of other England fans here. We know your team as Red Star. I think is it still Red Star Belgrade? But they've got another name that is very unpronounceable for me. How do you pronounce the real name?
The real name is actually Crvena Zvezda.
Crvena Zvezda.
Zvezda, right, correct. And that literally means Red Star.
Okay. Now, has that always been the name? Have you always known them as that?
Yes, correct. Since the founding of the team in 1945 in March, the club name was named Crvena Zvezda.
See, over the last few years, our sort of TV companies have started using that particular name rather than Red Star, and it's always been a bit of a tongue twister for me. Do you go to see them often?
Yes, I even had a season pass last year. This year I didn't really renew it. I go occasionally to some games, but not that often to need the seasonal pass. But I do watch it. I do watch the team in the domestic league, in the cup, and obviously in all of the European games, being it Europa League or the Champions League. I was also actually present. That was 4 years ago. No, it was 6 years ago when Red Star won against Liverpool 2-0 on our stadium, and that was actually quite a delirium. No one expected that. Everyone was expecting for Liverpool to trash us. That didn't happen. And even more interesting is that Liverpool won the Premier League and the Champions League in that season. So
you're one of the only teams to have beaten them. I'd forgotten about that, to be honest.
Correct. Even a more fun fact, Red Star is the first European club that beat Liverpool on Anfield, meaning other than obviously the, let's say, Ireland, meaning UK teams.
Okay. First overseas.
Yeah. The first overseas club. I think it was in 72 or 73, something like that. So quite a long time ago.
Wow. Well, Liverpool fans, perhaps they've just learnt something there.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, how are Crvena Zvezda doing in the Serbian league at the moment?
At the moment, we are not that dominant as we were, let's say, last year or 2 years or 3 years ago. We're still ahead. We're still first in the league. But I think we have 3 games in a row where we don't really have a win. I think we have 2 draws and 1 loss.
Okay, and of course the big game that we always see like on social media here is the game against Partizan in the stadium there with all the flares and the atmosphere. That must be a real experience.
Yes, I go to almost all of the derby games against Partizan, and it's quite an experience. You have to be there and see it in order to believe it, because it can't really be said in words like that. So,
do they call it the Eternal Derby?
Yes, correct. That's the name of it.
Why is it called the Eternal Derby?
Because that's actually the Serbian derby since the founding of both teams, because both teams have been founded in 1945. Serbia was a part of Yugoslavia back then, and both Red Star and Partizan are the best Serbian teams, and that they have been the part of in Yugoslavia of the Big Four that also included the Croatian teams of Hajduk from Split and Dinamo from Zagreb.
I see. I always love this podcast. I learn so much. Just going back to the upcoming Wembley game, as you say, there's a new manager, possibly will be in charge Obviously, England will be looking to carry on a winning streak and not concede, but at the same time, Serbia will want to get a result to hope that they can still grab that second place. How do you feel the game will go?
I think I mentioned it about 5 to 10 minutes ago. I think it's only based on theory that Serbia won't lose, even that will get a draw. So my opinion is at least it would be probably 2-0 for England, at least.
At least. Well, we shall see. Do you know if there's a lot of Serbian fans coming over to Wembley?
I don't think so. There probably is a group that will be there, but no, not in large numbers.
Okay. Because this is only the third time that the two sides have met as Serbia as an independent nation. You mentioned the game at Euro 2024 last year, which incidentally I was at as well. Last month's game and this game.
Yes, that's correct. I think you probably did say it correctly that it's only the third time that the teams met, because as you know, Serbia was part of Yugoslavia and then Serbia, Montenegro. So as an independent state, yes, I think this is the third time we are playing England.
Yeah, it's a historic occasion, I think is safe to say. Filip, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed speaking, really enjoyed learning a little bit more about the Serbian team, about a little bit about the domestic league as well. And yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Yes, thank you very much for the chat, Russell. I really enjoyed it and happy to be a guest in your podcast.
Oh, well, we may speak again when England plays Serbia once more.
Definitely, but hopefully we can speak again if Serbia qualifies for the World Cup. So,
of course, yeah, we shall watch and wait. And remember, we just have to remember that ball is round and anything can happen. Definitely, and hopefully something good for Serbia will happen. So, yeah, and enjoy the game as well.
Thank you very much. You too.
So we've had the Serbian angle. Now let's get the Albanian angle. Welcome back to the show, Alden, who uses the Twitter handle @theAlboBoy. We're going to talk all things, he talks all things Albanian football, and that's what we're going to do now. Alden, hello there.
Hey, how are we doing? We good?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Very well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm very good, thanks.
Good. So, last game of this qualifying campaign comes on Sunday, Sunday the 16th, I think it is. Yeah. England away to Albania. England, of course, through, but there is a distinct chance that the game, it may even be a dead rubber, mightn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Hopefully, we're short of second, but still have the games on Thursday to determine that one.
Yeah, I mean, has this campaign gone as you hope? Well, I'm sure. Has it exceeded your hopes?
In terms of standings at this point, yeah, it's gone how we hoped, but the performances, like the first half, were pretty poor, if I have to be honest.
Right.
Because, well, we had the England home game at Wembley, which was okay, 2-0. We did give England a bit of a challenge, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment.
Yeah, that was fine. That was expected. But then the Andorra, we beat them 3-0. That was also okay on paper, but the performance was quite dull, if I have to be honest. Then we had Serbia at home 0-0, where we missed the penalty. It was not a bad performance, but not a great one. Sort of both teams were just average from that game.
Right.
Then we had the worst one, probably one of our worst games in recent memory, was the draw to Latvia, which was awful. Like, after that, I thought, no, there's no chance we recover from this. Game tactically awful. We played with no soul. It wasn't looking good. There were dark vibes around.
Right. Yeah.
Then we had the Latvia home game where we beat them 1-0. It was better than the away one, but still not great. But then, of course, probably one of the best games in recent memory occurred last month with a 1-0 win in Leskovac against Serbia.
I mean, obviously, with everything in the background about that game. How did that feel?
That felt better than good. I mean, I can't even really put into words how it felt.
Is that
it's a night we'll remember forever, for sure.
Right? Yeah. Going away to Serbia and winning there. I mean, as I said to our Serbian correspondent Filip there, I've been maybe not so much. Well, Serbia haven't been as good as I thought they may have been.
Yeah, they have a talented squad. It's just they've been held back by the manager they had, Stojkovic, previous guy. He was really poor. It has been poor since the last World Cup, and his sacking was long overdue. So I think, they weren't playing to their potential. They clearly wanted him out. You could tell by the way they've been playing recently.
So obviously, with that result away there, confidence must be high. You're going into the penultimate game against Andorra, and as we say, if you win that, you're guaranteed that second place playoff, aren't you?
Yeah, but we also need England to win on Thursday.
Of course,
be guaranteed second. Yeah.
So we need to do a job for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's hope that it does sort of pan out like that. It'd be good. I'm excited to go to Tirana. It's a place I've been to before, albeit I only spent a brief amount of time there. It's going to be, I think there's about 2,100 England fans going, or tickets that were sold in the away section.
10% of the stadium's capacity, I think, so it's a decent amount.
And I believe, from what I've heard, that the demand from Albanian fans has been through the roof for tickets.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly high. I mean, even the Andorra game for Albanian fans has been sold out already. Yeah.
So football generally is on a high then over there at the moment.
Yeah, it's improved a lot over the last decade, you could say. Yeah. Especially since the last time England played in Albania with fans. That was in 2001.
Yeah, of course, because we played, I think it was a Nations League game over there.
No, we played the World Cup qualifiers 2022.
Was it World Cup qualifiers?
In Albania was still during COVID. So
that's right, yeah.
No fans.
Yeah, behind closed doors. But this game will be the same stadium that was played back then. It's a relatively new stadium, isn't it? Is it called the Air?
Yeah, it's called, in Albania it's called the Arena Kombëtare, but for licensing issues or something like that, it's known as Air Albania Stadium.
Okay. Is it a ground that you've been to?
Yes. Not to watch a match, but I've been inside.
Okay, tell us about it.
Yeah, it's new. It was, I think, it's replaced the old stadium in Tirana, which is called the Kemal Mustafa Stadium, but it's built on top of it. You can still see the remains of the old stadium there.
Okay.
And yeah, it's new. It opened in 2019, I think. That's at least when it hosted its first national team game. And yeah, it's, I think for away, it's a tough ground to play for away teams because competitive games, we rarely lose there, to be honest.
Right. From what I've seen of it, it's very sort of tight and enclosed, almost a bit like an English ground.
Yeah, fans are right at you. We haven't lost a qualifier there since I want to say Poland in 2021. So 4 years.
Oh, wow.
It's the last time we lost a qualifier there.
That's a bit of a fortress then.
Yeah.
From the outside, having walked past it, from the outside, you wouldn't think it's a football stadium at all, would you?
Nah, it looks kind of like a shopping centre, doesn't it?
Yes, it's got these sort of wonderful colours, sort of I want to say it's like a sort of a metallic-y red and sort of blackish. And then one side, there's like a huge tower. Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. There's offices there, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
I know because my uncle's wife, I think, works in one of them. So.
Oh, cool. Just you get a view of the pitch.
I think so, yeah.
How cool is that? I mean, and as a ground, it's not too far from the city centre, is it?
No, it's actually really close, pretty much.
Because from memory, there's the main square in Tirana, isn't there?
Yeah, Skanderberg Square.
So say that one again.
Skanderbeg Square. He's basically our national hero, pretty much.
Okay, what's he known for?
He was a guy that fought for our lands to be liberated from the Ottoman Empire back in like the 14th century.
And there's
like a revolutionary hero of sorts.
There's a monument to him there, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah. So
there's also one in London, actually.
Is it really? Where's that?
Yeah. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know there's one in London.
I'll have to Google that one. But I've having been to that square, and I think just off of it there's some bars as well that I that I happened to stumble upon. But you can walk it on foot from there, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that hard to get there or get in. There's lots of space around it, so.
Yes, yeah, as you say, it was built on sort of the foundings or the footings of the old stadium. Yeah. As I say, I frequented a couple of the bars around that square. What's for England fans heading over to Tirana, to Albania? What would you recommend to see, to eat, to drink? What's sort of the Albanian way?
Well, one, you're gonna be greeted, I think, nicely. You're gonna experience a very hospitable country.
Yeah.
We have this honor where we take care of our guests really well. So, we're very opening, very welcoming. It's gonna certainly be more than we were in 2001 because the country and football, but especially the country, has improved a lot since England fans last travelled here to watch a national team game. Because back then it was 10 years after communism and only 4 years after a civil war. The country was not in a good state back then. It's definitely improved a lot now. So
a lot of money being pumped into the country. Is that like through the government or?
Yeah, I mean, they want to improve. They want to improve in some weird ways, but they're at least trying to improve.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So for those that are sort of staying around the Tirana area, you've obviously mentioned that the main square there. Is there any sort of museums or anything there?
Oh, yeah. You have, our country's known for having a lot of these bunkers. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No, go on.
Yeah, these concrete bunkers. Basically, during communism, our dictator, he got paranoid that we were going to be invaded, and he built a lot of these bunkers, and a lot of them have now been turned into other things, such as there's one in Tirana, like it's sort of a museum that shows what life under communist regime really was like.
No.
Yeah, so I'd recommend you go visit that place, definitely.
Okay. What is the dish of choice in Albania that we're likely to come across?
Well, the thing is, in Balkan countries, a lot of the dishes are quite similar.
Right.
Because, so there's like, I'm pretty sure when you did the Serbia episode, you heard of burek.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's one. If you want like an Albanian type dish, like these exclusively Albanian, one I can think of is something called tav kosi, which is like lambing with yogurt, something like that.
For those that want to have a pre-drink beer, I imagine is a way over there.
Yeah, there should be plenty of bars in the city centre, and definitely for the match day they're going to be open and pumping, and they'll be busy for sure. But also probably near the stadium around there you can get them. There should be a bunch of local beers there, like traditionally from our area.
Yeah. I should say all the bars will be open, trying to entice us all in.
Yeah, for sure. Especially England fans, I think.
Exactly, looking to spend our money over there. Obviously, it's the eighth meeting between the two sides. England have previously won all 7. Can you see Albania getting a result here?
I could, yes, because I think this is the best. The Albania since 2023 has been the best Albania there's ever been. We played England rather closely last time, so we could get a result, but I think a lot of it depends what happens on Thursday, really.
Right. I
have no idea how we're going to play, to tell you the truth, at the time we're recording this.
Yeah. I see that the squad has been recently announced. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. I had it. Once again, I recognise Brozier, who was at Chelsea. You have to remind me where he is now.
He's at Burnley.
At Burnley. How's he been doing?
He's been struggling, to tell you the truth. I think he really just needs to leave England, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of hype around him, wasn't there?
Yeah, then the ACL came, and since then he's just not been getting consistent minutes. I don't think he's been working hard enough, to tell you the truth. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So where would suit him?
I think that either the Serie A or the Bundesliga would be a good restart for him, to a club where he knows he's going to get minutes. Because at Burnley, they bought him for 25 million. He really has been on the bench most of the time. And they even have 2 strikers now that are sort of in form, so odd for him.
Yeah. Who else is in the squad that we may recognise?
I would say, I mean, the goalkeeper, Brentford fans will recognise him, Thomas Strakosha. He played there for a bit, and now he's in Athens in Greece. And we got our defence is, I think, our strongest point in terms of just, it's really solid.
Yeah.
This campaign, we've only conceded 3 goals, 2 of which were against England. So, yeah.
That's some going as well. Obviously, England haven't conceded yet. So, that could be quite the game in defensively. Yeah,
we've got 2 strong fullbacks, and both of them actually didn't even play at Wembley because they weren't fit enough. But this time, hopefully, they will be. Our centre backs are good, like the starting ones. Midfield, we have some good midfielders, likes of Christian Aslani, and this guy at Leicester called Medon Berisha has been very good. He scored 2 goals in his last 2 games.
Okay,
he's only 22, I think. He's been very good, very technical, has lots of potential. The problem is, for some reason, our coach hasn't been playing him that often. I don't know why. I don't really know what he has to do to get a chance. Because really, he's extremely talented.
Gotcha.
And we have many other technical good players. So I think squad on paper is quite good. I could definitely give England some worries. Offensively, I wouldn't say we're that strong, but we're not totally incapable either. So, we're a very counter-attacking type team. That's, I think, what the game plan's going to be, if I have to predict from now.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we shall see how it all pans out. Obviously, the games ahead of our game will play a factor into how the game pans out. But it's certainly going to be an interesting one. Where are you going to be watching the game?
From home, from here.
From home in the front room. You're going to any of your family round watching it with you?
Yeah. I'll have my family watching it with me.
I hope you enjoy it.
If I have to be honest, we're the favourites, and rightfully so. I think it makes sense we're the favourites, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't worried that Serbia could get something against England at Wembley, considering England's already qualified. I have no idea how they're going to treat the game.
Yeah.
Serbia with a new coach, you never know. So,
yeah, it's still on a bit of a knife edge.
Yeah, it's not like I don't feel exactly incredibly safe yet. But hopefully by Thursday night we're safe, and hopefully I can watch this game without any stress whatsoever.
Yes. Well, enjoy it, and once again, thank you very much for taking the time to have a chat with us, and
no problem,
and just telling us about the Albanian national side. Don't forget, you can follow Alden on Twitter. Just search at the Albo Boy, and he'll give you the Albanian lowdown over there, won't you?
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you to Filip and to Alden there for their time. Always appreciated. Hope they enjoy the games. Now, one thing before I leave you, I just wanted to mention David Beckham, who back in June was awarded a knighthood in the King's Birthday Honours. On the 4th of November, he received his knighthood and is now known as Sir David Beckham. Many congratulations to him. He joins a select few who have represented England over the years in becoming a Knight of the Realm for his services to football and British society. Others before him include Sir Bobby Charlton, Sir Bobby Robson, Sir Alf Ramsey, Sir Trevor Brooking, and recently Sir Gareth Southgate. Beckham, of course, won 115 caps for England, his debut coming away to Moldova in 1996. And it's fair to say he has had his ups and his downs wearing the Three Lions. But he always had the team close to his heart, and he still does. And there is talk that he is looking to assist the team next year in their stay in the US of A. Well done, Sir Bex. So as I say, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, thanks to Filip and to Alden for their time. I will be back with you very soon with the review episode, looking back on these two games. Don't forget the chat with Joey Durso about his book, More Than a Shirt, is available for you to tune into and give a listen. And also coming soon, the Lionesses, they have a couple of fixtures coming up against China and Ghana. I'll be joined by Zoe from the Lionesses Den pub. I sincerely hope you can join me for that. Don't forget all the socials, just search Three Lions Podcast, give it a follow. And if you're going to either game, either Serbia at Wembley or Albania in Tirana, I wish you a safe journey. Perhaps I'll see you there. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Cheers.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.